right, welcome into Comic Book Women, everybody. Oh my God, Nimesh, we barely went live, and here he is, just showing his love for the channel. Thank you so much, Nimesh. I don't know what else I can say than thank you. Round of applause. Nimesh, we are doing very well, and we appreciate you so much, as we appreciate all of you that are tuning in. Tonight's show is going to be a good one. We are going to be spotlighting photorealistic, amazing, incredibly talented. Lucy. Oh. Amazingly talented Lee Bermejo.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was. I didn't know it wasn't.
I'm like, am I saying it wrong? Anyway, it's fine.
Sorry, yeah, I thought I was mute. Sorry, and my thing is kind of freezing. So yeah.
You were shushing me, Lucy. It's fine. I get it. It's fine. But thank you to Nimesh. If you guys are just joining us, there's about 30 of you already here, so thank you for standing by. Shout out to Cover Price. They are our sponsors, providing all the data that we use to give you guys the list. And shout out to Bird City Comics. Kind of cool news before we get started. We will be launching our app. Actually, technically, it's already out, but officially it's launching on Friday. So if you haven't already, download it. Give us 5 stars if you don't mind. But
it's a huge deal. I'm excited.
It's cute. I told Anthony, we're they're all on your phones. We're literally celebrating tonight because this has been something that. Oh, hold on. Let's.
Yes. I'm excited.
All right, wait. So can I give?
Everyone just pulled out their phones. They're like,
I know, right?
I know. Anthony, we don't need to know what you have to say. We're just automatically downloading.
Well, I got something else cool for you guys besides the app. Do the app, definitely download. But can I do the Theo Anthony thing and download and give some stuff away?
Yeah. What do you want to give away? And remember, this is a kid show.
Okay, so there it is, right?
There it is.
That is so cool! Congratulations, guys.
Well, here's the first thing. I say we go in reverse order. Maybe we're at. Oh, we just crossed 30. Okay, 30 live viewers right now. So check out what I got.
Look at that. Wait, let me give my face ID.
Okay,
yeah,
so
nice.
Book 3, Lee Bermejo.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Laura, if we get to 40 live viewers, I'll throw in book number 2.
Ooh.
And
okay, so 30
maybe
gets book
50
number 1.
live viewers, maybe I'll do the.
Wow.
So we have like tiered
giveaways.
Can
I enter this? Can I? I want to.
No.
All right, well, you guys heard it. Make sure you get that shit out. Uncle Anthony, Theo Anthony's in the house. I got 3 books.
Can we
That's
just
number
talk about
1.
how good this app looks, guys?
Wait, do you guys have it on Android?
Oh,
It's coming to Android. Google took like 4 extra days. So like, yeah, Apple was 48 hours. Google's 5 to 6 business days, but it all got approved.
Am I the only Android user?
No, I'm Android.
Well, let me just say for iPhone users, there's a hot new pre-orders. I'm loving that you get to scroll. Look at this. I'm so proud. It looks so good. Oh my God! So good. It looks so good. Is there a logo at the top? Okay.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love. Oh, and I love that you have for the indie the like Trish chef's kiss.
I just downloaded it.
Yeah, bring those giveaways if you don't mind, and congratulations.
So again, guys,
cheers to you, Anthony, for putting. I know you put so much work into this. Like, it's been a long time coming. So
yeah, and Laura and Haley know me. Like, I'm not. This is not my trade. So this took a lot for me to figure out, and it works, and it functions, and it looks decent. That's a win.
It looks great. Okay, first of all, he's being humble. It actually looks remarkable, especially if this is not your trade. It looks like something that like you hired somebody else to do, but Ant did this all himself.
Oh,
and
man.
You should just be so incredibly proud. And
I appreciate it.
It looks so.
I know, and that's why Theo Anthony's in the house. I want to give away some books.
We're at 32. If we get
so
to 40, book 2, and if we get to 50, book 1, right?
And can I talk about this book real quick, and then I'm going to get off and let you guys do your thing.
Yes.
When this book came out, and I told Laura what it was, I was like, people want this book. Batman Damned, something happened. She's like, oh, no big deal. And I'm like, Batwang. She's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And yeah, of course. And then she gets to it and she does this. This is the cutest thing. So she's looking at it and she goes,
Oh my God, really?
well, no, so she's looking at it and she looks confused and then she goes, and I'm like, what angle are you trying to get?
The good angle, Aunt. Come
And then
on,
she
the
just
good
kind of
angle.
nodded and smiled and handed it back. And she's like, I need a copy. And I'm like, I got you. So yes.
Well, thank you, babe. We appreciate you so much. And again, congratulations.
Oh, I appreciate everybody's support. You guys are awesome.
So I'm missing the Jim Lee cover. So just saying.
Get at your boy. You know I got some stuff for you, but all right, ladies, you guys great show, chat. Make sure you guys share out, support the ladies here, and you guys can get some goodies. So yeah, do your thing.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you.
All right. Well, on that beautiful note, let's kick it off. So, as Aunt said, oh gosh, you guys are all out of order. This is throwing me. Hold on. Okay, there we go. We are covering Lee Bermejo. He has a incredible history. If you guys are not familiar with the artist and this is your first time, like kind of learning some of his work, you're in for quite the ride. Jen, do you want to talk about your first time seeing him?
Yeah. Issue 4 is my first comic. So, I mean, issue 4, slide 4 is my first comic. And I remember just coming across it and I was like, this is really cool. And then he did the interiors too. It was awesome. Stay tuned to slide 4. But yeah.
Oh, we're almost to 40, guys. Get us to 40 and we'll be giving away not 1, but 2 Lee Bermejo books. Sarah, what about you?
This is my first time. Like, I'm a total
Really? Okay.
Lee Bermejo virgin, I guess, right? I had never heard of him. I had never heard of him. I've seen like some of the Joker covers like in and out. To be honest, when we first got this assignment, I was like, oh, like I don't know. But like Jen showed me Batman Damned. I've read that. And I am now like, it's amazing. He's a very talented artist. So
100%. I agree. Haley?
Yeah, I kind of like Sarah, just like wasn't incredibly familiar. It was one of those moments that was really beautiful. I'm still so new to comics, and so I'm still learning just like some of the big artists, really talented people in the community, and this was just like an opportunity to familiarize myself with his artwork because I had no idea who he was, but I don't know so much. There's just like genuinely so much I don't know. And so it was really cool being able to like go down the rabbit hole and then seeing the show that Jen and Britt put together and then all of us picking out our favorite covers.
Here, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. Just it's so new. So and now I'm like, oh, I want to read that. I want to read that, and I want to read that. So it just gave me a longer TBR.
Quick little pause there. We did hit 40, so now we're giving away this book.
Okay.
This is Batman Damned, the book 3. We're giving away book 2 because we got to 42. If we get to 50, we'll be giving away book 1.
Are we doing like collecting chat or how are we doing this?
I don't know. We'll figure it out at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get to 50. When you get to 50, then it's like, okay, now let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Lucy, what about you? How do you feel about Lee Bermejo?
I love him. I really like with the Detective Comics covers that he was doing, and then I really like that dark. Like I was telling Sarah, like what I liked about him is like when I was doing photography for a little bit, like I like photography. So like what I liked about him, like it's that dark contrast that he does on all his covers. Like I like that. Like it's kind of like like a warm, for me it's like a little warm contrast, and
Yeah, I see it.
like so I really like that. That he does what it kind of caught my eye, and I was getting some of the detective covers just because of his stuff. And then I want to say it was Detective Comics. I honestly can't remember, but then I started like looking up his work and stuff like that and other stuff that he has, and I really like when Batman Damned was coming out. Like I'm like, oh, it's all like the interior is all him, and then I didn't know he had more stuff like that.
Well,
So
that's kind of the cool thing too. Like, I mean, if we're let's go into the
yeah.
artist insights here because guys, again, if you are a novice to Lee Bermejo or if you are a collector, an avid collector, this show's gonna have a little bit for everybody. We have about, I don't know, 10, 11 comics, somewhere in that range.
15 slides, 20 plus comics.
Yeah. So it'll give you a nice range of what he does. So artist insights. Sarah, you want to cover that first chunk for me?
Sure. His name is Lee Bermejo. His credits are cover artist, inker, penciler, colorist, interiors, painter, writer. Medium is traditional or digital for time.
Good. Okay. Very good. Haley, traits?
Yeah, so key traits, he is a master of detailed line art, use of cinematic blacks for contrast, highly expressive characters, attention to realism and background, and photography style choices, which is very apparent.
Yeah, that's exactly what Lucy was saying. And Britt, our wonderful behind the scenes member that you guys don't get to see, included some of the common colors that you'll see in his covers. I love this, Britt. If you are watching, I think this is very cool, especially for collectors out that are relatively new. You catch those colors and you can go, okay, who's the artist? Like when you see purple, what do you think?
Yeah.
What artist?
Well, even his black, whites, and grays.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's why it's wide range. Like it's just his style that you're like, oh,
It is very collectible. There's something about the way he works where you just know it's Bermejo. But yeah, he's been making waves across the comic book community, guys. If you've been paying attention to any of the lists around the world, it's been nuts. He's been showing up over and over and over again. So let's just jump right in. First book of the night. Jen, why did we include this?
Okay, so real quick. He got his start 1997, 1998. He's been working in the industry for 25 years. This isn't a overnight success, flash in the pan. This is, he put in his time. He has been evolving like consistently. But I pegged that he started at Wildstorm 97, 98. I'm not sure if Wildstorm was called that beforehand. I know that there was like a changing of the guard with it's his whole, maybe we'll do a part 2 and then he'll come and attend. But because when he first started, he started as an intern. He did action figure designs for Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. He wanted
his first comics. 2 toys, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to do comics, but it took a little bit of time in putting in his dues. And this is Resident Evil. It's magazine size comic book. Now, he didn't do the cover. He did 10 pages for Raccoon City RIP. So in the middle is the first page. If you zoomed in, he did the pencils for the whole story. So it's 10 pages. It's incredibly tough to find. Check magazine bins because it's magazine size. But issues 1 through 5, even with 5 taking place, I think 2 years later, the first 4 issues go for around 50 to 60 bucks. Really hard to find him high grade, but this is where he got his start doing interiors.
Yeah, magazines are a pain in the ass. Girls, anything to add to
that? Real quick, I just want to, I know I highlighted already, but Britt said that fun fact, the colors are usually sampled from the spotlight. Like it's like collage. So
that is a fun fact. I didn't even know that. Very cool. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Sarah.
Yeah. Anything to add to this one? Haley, Sarah, Lucy?
Sarah, go ahead first. And I didn't know if you were gonna say anything.
I was just gonna say, kind of before Jen and I we were talking. I know he also did a graphic novel with Resident Evil, which is like Fire and Ice. What is cool is that is a kickoff for Resident Evil 5, and there's only like 5,000 copies.
Yeah, we'll do part 2. That'll be included. There's just part
1. So stay tuned for part 2.
So you were saying this one, like kind of like that's how like the beginning of his.
Yeah, he started at Wildstorm, and so like from what I could tell, so I'm 95% sure this is his first interiors that were published that he worked on. Was this 10-page Resident Evil thing.
Or at least that he was credited for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's tricky finding all this stuff. I don't know how Jen doesn't go insane doing all this research. It's definitely a lot. All right, let's keep on cruising. And what's up to Pressable Defects? They're in the house. Good to see you guys. All right, now this one, maybe some of you have this, maybe. Jen, go ahead.
So I think this is, if the first one was March of 1998, this C23 number 0, the ash can, is April 1998. So the reason why it was included is because it's incredibly hard to figure out what he was commissioned to do first, the 2 pages or the 10 pages, but they're within a month of each other for coming out, for being published. It's 2 pages. Yes, it's Jim Lee doing the cover, but he did the interior 2-page pencils. I've never seen it. The ash can. It's very thin.
Anybody in the chat, if you have this, I want to know. But I like what you're saying there. Sometimes, even if they were commissioned on something else first, whichever one comes out is published first, ends up being the actual piece. Like we think Jenny Frison with Voltron, but wasn't it what was that other book?
It was
Hack
the
Slash?
Tim
Hack and
Seeley.
Slash.
Tim Seeley, Hack Slash.
Oh yeah, that.
It's kind of the same idea here. So maybe if we can get him on the show, he can kind of clarify some of that stuff for us. Sarah,
I
anything
did
to add
message
here?
him, but he didn't answer me.
Oh my gosh, what's he doing? Like working? God.
Right?
Turkey.
He's busy doing amazing art. Right? This is really cool. I've never seen this. The other thing too is, yeah, Jen is correct. He did intern for Jim Lee, so it's kind of cool that he's kind of in a Jim Lee book doing interiors. So
I feel like that's not surprising, or like not that it's not surprising when you make the connection that he interned for Jim Lee and then you see like his line work and how he's developed, like you see that influence. And so it's really cool to see these like issues that I think where he's like developing himself as an artist and to see how he's grown through the years. So as we continue through the slides, it's so interesting to see Britt and Jen showed the paneling of certain books and it's just so wildly different. But I think that's like kind of like the magic of like seeing someone through the years like develop.
100%. Like you definitely do see a transition. You see growth and an evolution of who he is. And I think here, when you're an intern and you have somebody like Jim Lee, you're trying to, I don't want to speak for him, but I would imagine you're trying to mimic them as much as possible because their greatness is already proven. But then as you attain your own skill, you get your own signature. And you kind of take what you've learned and turn it into your own.
Yeah, I think that's something like that. The one that the video that Jen sent us from that interview, I think he did talked about a little bit of how when he first met. I don't want to say it wrong, but like what I remember when he first was gonna meet Jim Lee and he had some of his work and he was so excited, but then because too many people, he didn't get to show his work, but Jim Lee was showing some of his stuff that like to kind of like not a class, but oh my god, Sarah, or Jen, if you remember what he was saying. Like
well, it was at a comic convention and that he got introduced and there's supposed to be like a few of them were supposed to go to him and get like a mentorship type of a thing, but it turned into there's too many. So he's like, okay, I'll just give it in our class.
Yeah, so like he was showing and he's like, there's some people left because they were there to show his stuff, but in then not for that. So he stayed and he was just like, it was such a crazy experience. And then for him to do that, to later actually kind of work with him and then, doing all this stuff with them, that's so crazy. And like you're saying, Haley, like, Laura, like how, we have talked about this, like how in, with many artists, how they improve their work and find their own signature work and stuff like that, and later on we get to recognize right away when it's a cover of that artist, like it's pretty cool. Real quick, I want to say thank you to Fer for that $4.99 round of applause.
Thank you. Round of applause.
He just started his own YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to his channel.
I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Yeah, he just started. He just has like 1 or 2 shows, so Yeah, make sure to
We'll check it out. And guys, we're at 47 viewers. We were almost there. We are going to be giving away, since we hit 30, Batman Damned Book 3. We are going to be giving away, since we hit 40, Batman Book 2. But if you want a chance at winning Batman Damned Book 1, we need 3 more viewers in the house. We are at 47 right now. So let's get us there, and we will tell you how you have a chance to win those.
Ooh, I have a question. Wait, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type it in chat so I don't forget on the private chat, so you guys can kind of remind me after, because then I'll forget.
Deal. Next up, Jen, what's this? Oh, well, okay, go
So,
ahead.
It would be nice when we did part 2 to bring this back up with him. I had Britt zoom in on the autographs. If you zoom in on the left-hand side, which is Adventures of Superman number 575, it says 1999, right? And some sites will say December 8th, 1999. Other sites will say February 2000. And it's tough, right? Like, it says 1989. He put Bermejo, 1989. Like, okay. So is this his first cover? Question mark. Maybe 80% sure. And then the right-hand side is Superman Gen 13 number 1 from April 5th of 2000. So it would be leaning towards the DC, because Wildstorm and DC have a really close relationship, especially in the early 2000s.
Right.
90s. So it's like, and then we also included the Bermejo autograph from Gen 13 Superman, because other sites have it as something else, but his name is on it. So again, I was hoping that we would do a part 2 and that he would come in it. And then, yeah, is it a Jenny Friesen thing, right? Did you get commissioned to do this one cover?
But the other one got printed first.
Yeah. Or was there something else that we're missing? Because again, he worked for Wildstorm. So you look through early Wildstorm and it's like, okay, he did a lot of interiors. Like, what's your first Wildstorm cover? And it just needed more time to be more in depth. So like 80% sure these are both early covers of Lee Bermejo, but what is his first?
All right, Sarah, you want to add to that?
I love this like chicken and the egg kind of,
That's exactly what it is. Yes.
Right. What's, kind of going into his back, what's is kind of interesting is like he's only won like 2 awards, and one of them is like IGN 2018. No?
I just can't believe he's only won. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like, you would think that he had at least an Eisner. Like, that's crazy.
If you look at other artists when they win those things, it's usually artists in that moment that are really skyrocketing. And I feel like he's had really, really great books, right? But it's really sad that it took putting in his dues 25 years later. He's getting these top 10s, but his art, again, you're seeing those first interiors, these first 2 covers, and then you'll see the last slide, the 15th slide, and the evolution of his art. And he's still evolving. He's still trying to get better. Like, he's not staying in a style. He is trying to be the best Lee Bermejo he can be.
Amen. Haley?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with like everything that like Jen and Sarah said, just like having seen all of the slides. I think with these covers and just like when we're looking at the stats, like they're things that you could probably find in potentially back issue bins if you're like a huge fan of his work and you're trying to get his early covers and his early artwork. And just I think what's cool is just seeing that trajectory, because I feel like when I've seen certain like artists, you can see that trajectory, but I feel like it's so distinct and there's like a huge contrast with like each kind of like era of his work. And I think like Jen is saying, like there's just like this ambition to like be better, get better, be better, get better, that I think is so admirable. And I don't know that you see that with every single artist. So I think that's really cool. And I think that just shows in his work.
Agreed.
Yeah. What else in it? Oh, 80s comics. If he's doing this for over 20 years, he may not remember his first work, Old Guy Syndrome. But I mean, imagine that this is his dream job, right? You do think that he will remember like which is his very first cover as a comic book artist. So I don't think he will. That's easy to forget.
He's
Guys, we just hit 50. I'm sorry.
Oh,
We just hit 50, which means we will be giving
Yay.
away Batman Damned Book 1, Batman Damned Book 2, and Batman Book 3. Are we gonna do these all as
Awesome.
one, you guys? What do you think?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
definitely.
Story,
They
right?
have to be all three.
Yeah.
Could
they
you
have to be
imagine
there.
being like getting book 3 and like having to like shout out your ear?
I don't know. I was trying to like make more giveaways, but thank you guys. There's now 51 of you hanging out with us tonight. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. We are just covering Lee Bermejo, and we will be doing a giveaway. We'll tell you how to enter at the very end. I know H&H. We'll do all three.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
I was just saying, like,
Jen was going to say.
he's a Cali guy, right? He just moved to Italy past couple years. I don't know exactly when, but he's from
What
Cali,
a great life choice.
right? he got to go to those conventions in the early days, right, in the 90s. So
He
he's
grew up.
a fan, a lover of comics and
Comics.
comic art, and to know that he was driven there by someone's mom to go to these conventions,
That's
it made me
That's
like
so
him even
awesome.
more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think he actually might know his
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, he can't. I don't think it will. Yeah, like like you said, like he would remember. Like I was listening how like he was from Bakersfield, which is like a few hours from here, and I'm sure that yeah, that's something that you don't forget.
Let's keep going. We got 52 of you tuning in for Lee Bermejo, and some of these covers. Hold on, just to go back here. Jen, even if we're not positive, like 100% positive on which one's the first, buy both. $10, buy both. That way you're guaranteed.
$2. Yeah.
Right.
Even
So
the
easy.
ash can. The ash can's super cheap.
Yeah, look at these. These are going for nothing. And once
Well,
this
except for
article-
Resident Evil.
that
Well,
one
in
does.
Resident Evil, that makes sense. It's like
But-
a video game, but yeah.
Resident Evil is worth checking in those magazine boxes because a lot of stores have magazines at cover price, $5, $10 max. So if you see those 1 through 5 from 98 through 99, and then there's one that's like 2 years later, it's number 5. Like for $5 or $10, like pick them up.
Pick them up. 100% agreed. Now, this slide's actually really cool. We talked a little bit about this if you guys are following our shorts on YouTube. Jen, go ahead and elaborate on these.
Well, on the left is my first introduction to this artist, right? I was buying comics and I came across number 1, 2, and 3, and all covers really stood out in the box. And I was like, wow, what's this? And I like picked them up, and like they're kind of square bound, and the inside art was amazing. And so ever since then, I've kind of like kept a little on him, and like, wow, like, because from this to now, even from this to 98, 99, like this came out in 2002. Leaps and Bounds has already gotten like way better. The interiors are amazing. And then on the right-hand side, it's Hellblazer number 225 from 2006. And this is his favorite cover. He mentioned it in a sci-fi article that this is one of his favorite. So it's cool to hear an artist's favorite, one of his, especially from 2006.
Why though, Jen? Why is that cool? Like, I have my own answer to that, but why do you think it's neat for an artist to say, okay, here's my favorite?
Well, because you rarely hear it, number one, and then you rarely hear it.
Exactly.
This interview was a couple of years ago. To have a work
Yeah.
from 2006 being cited as one of his favorite is because it's John Constantine. He did like 33 covers from that series for Vertigo.
Jen, it's Constantine.
Constantine, sorry. I see Constantine.
It's Constantine. Come on.
Neil Gaiman went on Twitter and said it's Constantine. If you read the comics, it's Constantine, but he blames like Americans for making it Constantine.
I guess.
From the Illinois, Chicagoland area. Constantine. Like, so he's
I'm Mexican, so I'm gonna say it's Constantine.
You guys are killing me. You're killing me here. All right, go ahead.
Jen
But
on that one.
2006, this is one of his favorite that he cited an article like from a couple years ago. It's really cool. You rarely hear an older work be one of their favorites, especially because he's so hard on himself that he actually I did good.
It's incredible. I think this is gonna be sold out after this show, though, because everybody's gonna run to eBay and try to snag these up. Sarah, what do you think of this?
Yeah, absolutely. Batman Deathblow is actually the first time he drew Batman. I watched an interview. By the way, if you guys are interested in Lee Bermejo, there is a lot of YouTube videos. He actually does like an art tutorial. He did at one of the cons. They did a video on that. So definitely check him out on YouTube and Instagram. So this interview that I saw, he said, back how he got into Batman was, and it's funny because I think this is how I got into Batman, was watching getting a videotape and watching Batman 66, the movie. And, and he was saying too, was that he really wasn't in particular into the characters, but like the utility belt, and he wanted an explanation of like how those worked. And so it's interesting because you can see like, in the in the future, or the future slides, we'll see like the intrinsic can I say that right? The differences in his style, which includes the utility belt, his armor. It's really cool that he had mentioned that in this interview.
He also labored over doing Batman the first time. Like it wasn't an easy like, oh, I'm just gonna do Batman. It's like he was thinking about the background and Gotham City and gargoyles, and I think he said that he got into like a minor disagreement with like Jim Lee about Batman and Gotham and Metropolis, and like it's, again, he's a fan, so it's yeah.
I am like shook that the Constantine
Just say Constantine.
My girl, yes.
Ned.
Like if I could find this, honestly, if I found this for even $10, like I would get this. It just, the artwork is so beautiful. It's so detailed and exquisite is I think the right word for it. That's really cool. I like when we were going through the slides, I saw that, I was like, that's really remarkable. And then the Batman Deathblow, like I also feel like it's just like really undervalued. Like I don't know the story. I'm not incredibly familiar with like Batman, DC, or Batman Deathblow in general, but 9.8 for $40 or even like $36 is insane. That's like exactly what it cost. I'm pretty sure like sent to CGC. So like if you could get that, like I often think of CGC slabs as being able to present the cover art and it being a display of just an artist's art versus like the story or whatever the case may be. And to be able to get some of his work and to get that kind of cover for that price is just amazing.
Well, for now, Haley, 80s Comic Geek just went on and bought one, so now they probably went up. Damn it.
I mean, we did this show.
Back issue bins. Go in the back issue bins. You should be fine for a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys will have more of you guys have more shops over there. Like it will be easy to find these on the back issue bins.
Oh,
right?
but they call me Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce. I know I was gonna go. Thank you. So see, I obviously I'm gonna say now to mess up more, Laura. Constantine.
It's Constantine, rhymes with wine, like Clementine.
I'm saying in Spanish, so it's Constantine. But the one on the left, I really like that because it's like I like that red like bandana like in the face, like it's just like how it stands out. But even though that the rest is black and white and that's red, like you can see how Batman also the colors, a little bit of that shine, like how he stands out too.
You should see issue 3 cover. It's really good.
Oh, now I need to look it up. I really like it. So I wouldn't, because only Batman looks like his work, but then the rest it doesn't really look like his work. Um, I wouldn't know that obviously because his name is there, but I wouldn't know. Like I'll be able. It would probably take me a minute to realize that that was his work. On
Yeah,
the
it's early.
constant, yeah, yeah. So and the other one is like you can tell that's his work. Like it looks more like, uh, that's his work, and then that smoke shadow is just freaking amazing. Like, yeah, I would want to take both of them.
The ghost is so cool.
I just want to say because of like what Lucy said, I do think like that's kind of like the like the magic that happens when an artist is like finds their like voice within their artwork, that like you wouldn't necessarily maybe recognize him for his early stuff because he was still figuring himself out, but like you see this and you see the caliber of the art, it's like well, he's hitting the marks that he was capable of always, but he's found like what he's good at and like how to like hone in on it, and when you're able to then when you start getting recognized, like that's like that moment for that artist, like that's so cool.
It really is. All right, guys, there's like about 50 of you hanging out with us tonight. We are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the show. Stay tuned on how to participate with that. In the meantime, make sure you give us a thumbs up and sub the channel. We have content almost every single day, so you definitely want to be a part of the Nearing Nirvana family. Moving on. Jen, you include these kind of for Lucy, right?
Yeah. So when you deep dive, right, you come across these covers. You're like, oh man, I've never even seen this in back issue bins. It's a dark cover. It's X-Men Legacy from 2009. It's issue 224. I know Lucy is a fan of Rogue, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, if I see this for $2, I'm gonna pick it up for Lucy. Wait, I'll just put it right because you love Rogue. And
yes, I do.
And it's also showing like Lee Bermejo has work in. We couldn't show it all. It was like 300 plus comics, graphic novels. There's even a couple of ones that look really cool, which we couldn't include for this first one, but maybe part 2. But he's worked so many different titles from Marvel, DC, Wildstorm, like Image, Boom, like yeah. And then this is 2009 on the left. On the right is 2010. It's Adventure Comics number 515 or issue 12. It's tough, but it's the ratio. 1 for 25.
Oh shoot! I just as soon as you said it, I was looking at the price and I was like, dang.
Okay, so you're thinking about this. It's Adventure Comics. It's 2010. This isn't issue 1. This is issue 12 or issue 515. Who's ordering 25 of this later comic?
Yeah.
Even issue 12 or 515 is a later comic. Who's ordering 25 to get this? It can't be that many, but I say Dark Side. How do you say it?
Dark Side.
So,
isn't it Dark Seed?
Yeah, I've heard people say that.
It's Dark Side.
No.
Wait, what? There's another way to say it?
No, there probably is.
I've heard that. People say it that way.
But I feel like I'm mispronouncing it. I am often not great at pronouncing like certain.
But I think
you just said pronouncing, so you just proved your point.
Yes.
I'm not good at pronouncing some of these words.
Dang, Haley. You're like me.
No, there's a rule with that, right? If the E is before the I, it pronounces as the vowel, right?
You know what? English is too complicated. Forget it. I'm just going to speak Spanish from now on.
Okay, continue then. Sorry. Tangent.
Huh?
Are you done?
So that was it. It was a ratio, and they're 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Like, and so you're seeing from Constantine for like further to today, right? You're seeing how how's kind of like Lee Bermejo.
Okay.
Same.
Right?
Girls, anything to add?
I like
go ahead.
Head Island Dark Side. I like that cover. I don't know why, but it's like he's just this giant head and he's there. I like that cover.
Do you like it for $450 for a near mint?
Yeah. Well, not maybe not, but I mean art wise, like between the two, I like that. I would go for Dark Side.
Okay.
But I like the fact that with the Dark Side cover, because he used warmer tones, it lightens up a lot of the line work. Versus with the X-Men Legacy is beautiful, and there's like that stormy mood and atmosphere to it that I think is really beautiful. But you're able to see his line work in a different way, and so I think these are really cool to have on the same slide because they're contrasting each other and like really the depth that he's able to draw in.
Yeah, I feel, Jen, has he done? I mean, since you've seen, I feel like I seen this also like with more color. I don't know if it's just maybe
He has,
thinking of another cover, but
there's a couple of X-Men Legacy covers that are a little bit lighter. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but I really, like you said, Haley, I like this like stormy look. And it's just, now I want it. I like this.
Because you're good moody.
And I didn't know.
Moody guy.
I didn't even know about this. So now I'm gonna need to add it to my list.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. If you're willing to drop $812 for 9.8, you can own the one on the right. If you want to just spend about $2 or $3, you can get the X-Men Legacy, which I think that one's really cool too. Let's keep cruising. All right. Somebody, Candace, just in the chat was talking about how Batman Noel was such a good read, and it really, really is. This is a chance where you get to see Bermejo expand. Jen, want to explain?
So we were gonna do interiors for this, but then we already had 15 slides, so couldn't. Maybe when we do part 2, we'll include more of his interior stuff because it's phenomenal. But yes, so Batman Noel is from 2011, and then The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is from 2012. Now it does come out later as a trade, but this is a special preview edition that is a comic book. So, and it's his cover, and
Sarah.
Amazing. I love both of these covers. Batman Noel is interesting. So again, I watched this interview with him, and he, he is a Batman fan to heart. I can't. See, now you screwed me up with Constantine, Darkseid.
I'm sorry. Think Clementine. Just think to yourself, Clementine.
Right?
Clementine.
He actually homaged 2 things in Batman Noel. The first one was the costumes. Remember I said about, that was kind of his first introduction into Batman was Batman 66. Both Batman and Robin's costumes look just like the Batman 66. Also, he is a big fan of Dick Sprang. And if you guys don't know who Dick Sprang is he drew Batman during the Golden Age. He also was noted to create Batman's square chin, his barrel chest. And then also in the 1950s, he redesigned the Batmobile. So what's really cool is he homaged Dick Sprang by, there's a sign that says Springs on there. So I thought that was really cool.
I have to say that I want the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo so bad. I need that preview edition. But what I feel like you get from both of these covers specifically is the atmosphere that he's able to create with his art is able to story tell. Like when you look at this cover for Batman Noel, you feel like the story, you feel the setting and the atmosphere. There's so much more than like, oh, that's a really gritty, interesting Batman. Like you're looking at like the snow and the depth of the sky. And then same with the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Like there's an aura to her like pose and to the smoke and to like just like the depth to the character that he's drawn that is giving you a story. And I think that's really hard for certain artists to communicate. Like you can have really beautiful art, but is it telling a story? And I feel like with these two, it is very obvious that he is able to do that. And I think that is a rare and phenomenal skill. So I want to read Batman Noel, especially Candace in the chat is like loving it.
So good. It is one of the
love her.
Yeah, it's so good.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I am definitely going to be seeking out. So
That's a great movie. Have you seen the movie? It's
Oh
so
my
much-
god, yes, such
Yeah.
a dark movie. I remember when I watched it, I didn't know it was something like
really quick,
it's such a great. I get that like you just said, like that whole smoke and everything, like the shadows in it, like it just makes it look so badass and beautiful. And the other one, I just want to read it too, like the cover, just amazing. Yeah.
and then real quick, Candace, we'll do that on slide 11.
We're getting. See, she is a mind reader.
She is
told me
psychic.
earlier. She's like, I know what's coming next in this show, guys. There's almost 60 of you here with us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into Comic Book Women. We go live every Tuesday, and tonight we are spotlighting one of our favorite artists, actually creators, because he is multifaceted. He's not just an artist. He does interiors, he does writing, he does everything. Lee Bermejo, the girl with the dragon tattoo, that sells for $2. Jen,
Yep.
that's insane.
Crazy.
I need to buy that. Laura, something that you just said about like him just like being multifaceted there. I was listening to a podcast about like where Jonathan Hickman was talking about this, like working your way to a certain point of like prominence within the industry. And Jen, like you were kind of speaking to that point of like he's worked for over like 20 years. And there's that difference between the people who kind of like pop and then this kind of like steady incline. And something that Hickman was talking about was like how he's like, I don't quite understand how people like start off and they have like, they work on a comic and there's like a colorist and a letterer and like a, just a penciler and just a writer. And there's all these different people and you're like not making any money. And he's like, how is anyone feeding themselves? He's like, that's an opportunity for you as like an artist to learn a new skill and to be multifaceted and to like really bring more of yourself to the industry. And I feel like you saying that just triggered in me, like he is that kind of person who like has been in this industry for 20 years and has like also worked tirelessly to like develop those other skills. And I don't think that's also something that is universal.
Wait, I didn't do this at you. I did it at 80s Comic Geek. Just grabbed it for $10. Stop paying shipping. Don't pay shipping.
You're hurting Jen's heart right now.
If you can guarantee, if they're guaranteeing the grade, then I'll save my $8 in gas and get a near mint. So congratulations, 80s Comic Geek, because I'm going to be doing the exact same thing when we get off.
Honestly, I kind of want to as well. I'm not gonna lie, I really want it. I'm very
sorry,
excited.
Ben. Sorry, but that's
as soon as
happening.
you guys saw the slides, you should have ordered it, because now they're gonna be gone by the time we're done.
Don't do that. Please don't say that.
Jen is like, don't jinx it.
No. What she's saying is like, just go and look for them instead of paying these prices.
Me knocking on wood.
Would you, Haley, have more like you, Sarah? Like you guys have like, if you have like me, I don't have that. I wouldn't have that look because there's none here for me to go and look. But if you're able to have those stores around you, just wait and try to find them.
I told you what happened the last time I
know. I need to get it.
They eBay checked me.
But not you though. That's why not you. Just them.
Haley, has that ever happened to you? You go to a local store and they're like selling you stuff, and you bring your stack, and they go, one moment, and they check everything you have in your stack against eBay.
It's unfortunate.
No, it hasn't happened. Though I will say I'm not good at. Like I went to a shop and I don't know how to sell comics, so like I'll just take things and I'm like, oh, I just need space, and then I'll give it. And there's definitely been times where I'm like, oh, that comic was worth like $70, and I just gave a stack for $70, including like that in multiple.
Wait, why would you do that?
What?
Why would you do that?
What?
Well, I just don't know. I don't sell. I don't know how to. I don't sell. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do, but I need space. And so, yeah. And then I'll see them
Sarah
on like
and I are in your area. Just like,
I know, but like, I don't know.
We need to schedule a group hunting.
I feel like we just need to hang out
trip.
and then this will help, because I sold not like a wall book, but like it was like a really old Thor, like Loki.
Oh God.
And it wasn't like high grade, but it was like I don't know. I don't want to do Whatnot. I don't want to do eBay. I don't want to have to do those things. And so I'm just kind of like,
go to Jen or Sarah. They're right there. They'll give you a reasonable price, right?
I will do that.
Right? All right, hold on. We have Mark the Cuddy's art from Western Australia with us tonight.
Hello.
How's it going? Great to see you. All right, let's keep cruising, guys. Again, there's 55 of you here now. We are covering Lee Bermejo and all of his glorious art. Not all of it, because that would be a 15-hour-long show. But we're giving you some of the key points that we wanted to bring up. We'll probably end up doing a part 2, so let's keep cruising. Jen, what's up next?
So this is Daredevil number 8. It's the one for 25 from 2012. And then Winter Soldier number 2 from April of 2012 also. But I think it's the second print variant. But yeah, I figured it's Spidey and Daredevil. And Laura, you mentioned that there's people who will look for pigeons.
You remember that?
Covers.
Yeah,
and
that's a niche collection or niche
I
collection.
love that.
And then
Niche Laura. It's niche Laura.
Niche. It's a niche collection, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest, because like pigeons. But yeah, it's a thing.
And then Winter Soldier, we don't see, like, some artists will just do certain things they can do really well. But when he does females, like it's Black Widow, like Chef's Kiss, it's Winter Soldier, and it's from 2012. So from 2012, from 1999, 98, like his progression is amazing. Okay.
Sarah.
Fishing. So Daredevil, I like the Daredevil cover. I like that he's very he's getting very intricate, like the back behind where the city is. Like I just love all those like little details. Like it just blows me away. The Winter Soldier, I'm not too crazy about, but I do like Black Widow. I like the way that she's drawn. And it's a great comic. Another besides the artist, Ed Brubaker wrote this series. So he is a fabulous writer. He is actually the creator of Winter Soldier. Yeah, definite read, definite pick up. So
Yeah, I would say for the Daredevil, I'm not surprised, and I'm very happy to actually see like one of these covers, just like a near mint $70, 9.8 for 180, and it's like on the lower end when you look at this cover. It's just incredibly detailed. I feel like with Spider-Man, there's obviously all of the detail in Daredevil, the pigeons, the smoke, all of it. But for what Jen was talking prior to the show about like him being like really great at finding the focal points, and my eyes are just like immediately drawn to Spider-Man. And I feel like there's a lot of detail in both his suit and his body, and I feel like Spider-Man's costume sometimes lends itself to, maybe for certain artworks, to not be as detailed, to not have like those like muscle movements, or just like even in the face and the jawline. I feel like it's incredibly detailed, and it feels like there's so much movement there. So I really love this cover, and I love the way that he's rendered Spider-Man. And for the Winter Soldier, I mean, that's like a $2 book. That's crazy to me. The Black Widow, I love that. I feel that he does not do women all the same. Like there is like a legitimate personality to the artwork that he's doing for women. You have certain artists that you're like the same woman in every cover with a different costume. And it can still be really fun and really beautiful. It's just a different kind of like, I feel like genre of art in a different way. It's just like your style, whatever the case may be. And I find it just wildly more interesting when you're really giving a personality to the character. And I feel like that is what he's doing with like we're seeing the girl with the dragon tattoo, Black Widow. Like I don't feel like those two women are the same on the covers, and I don't think that's always typical. And so that's really cool to see.
Well, hot damn, Lucy, how do you follow that?
Sorry.
What she said?
Oh my God. She was saying that for once you don't
just
have an
kidding, I'm
artist.
just-
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Well, she said everything what I was gonna say. I was gonna say exactly
Sure.
Did
the
I
same
really take the words
thing.
out of your mouth?
Totally. Yes.
You
Word
spoke
for
for her.
word. I mean, you're reading my mind right now.
Oh my
I'm just
God. Let's keep going. Jen, what's up next?
Okay, so this is before Watchmen, Rorschach #2 from 2012. I feel like a lot of us have seen #1. It's amazing. But I feel like #2 with the breakfast and the blood and seeing the Rorschach in the blood and then like having him like in the reflection. I love reflection. Like Brittany knows this. Like I love when you see reflections in covers and in art. I don't know why. I really like it. And then Suiciders is from 2015, and that's a book that he both wrote and did art in. Now, granted, when he did the second volume, I think he just wrote and someone else did the art. But it's really good. It's from Vertigo, 2015, and he retains the rights to Suiciders. It's not Suicide Squad. Don't think Suiciders, Suicide Squad. It's completely different. If you're looking for, it's real. There's some crap that happens, and it's not like I want to read this to feel really great. You're going to read it to be like, I want to feel emotions. I want to see and read substance. But it's really cool that he still owns the rights. And I think one of the interviews he talked about how someone told him like, oh, so 15, people don't really want to read things that are, they want it uplifting and da-da-da. And it's not that. It's just really, I think it's really good. I think it's worth the read. And then I think it has potential for future.
Have you read all of Suiciders?
I haven't read the second volume. I've only read the first one, but I feel like
I
there's
read the first
potential.
one as well, and I will co-sign on that point that even though it's vulnerable and raw, it doesn't make it less important. That's kind of how I feel about it. Sarah?
I feel like that makes it more important. Sorry.
Right? Yeah, what's cool is again, if you see in the Rorschach is Brian Azzarello, which is kind of his partner. They've been working on stuff for about 16 to 17 years, which is amazing. In Suiciders, so I kind of like got the premise because I'm like, oh, like I love our show because like just like Haley has mentioned, just like every Lucy, all of us, like I need to pick this up and read. The premise is that again, post-apocalyptic. It's a TV series that combines hand-to-hand combat and high-tech obstacles. The competitors are freakishly enhanced with like drugs and technology. Like this is, I mean, it sounds a little bit like Running Man, like a futuristic Running Man. I'm in for it. So I'm definitely gonna like look this up. My library is gonna be like, what the heck is going on with you? But yeah, I definitely am gonna pick this up and read it for sure.
Yeah, I really want to read it now, especially because you guys talked about it being kind of dark and solemn. There is this meme that I shared to one of my stories. This video of like it was like the song of like a book that has like really graphic like and sad scenes, and then this like little kid like walking up like this, and it was like the line was like my traumas, and I was like I really felt that. Yes, me. I am that person. Like I do want to read all of the sad things, make me cry, and I will love you forever when I'm reading art. So that makes me really excited for Suiciders. And I mean, the covers just speak for themselves. I think they're just really beautifully rendered, and you can find them for such an affordable price.
Apocalyptic type storylines?
I really can. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It really depends. Like I loved The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, I'm obsessed with already, and I've played the game. I mean, those are post-apocalyptic, but I've read books in that vein as well. It's just, you have to have a really good story with it. It just can't be like, the world ending and then that's it. It's like give me some sad feelings. And this sounds like this has some sad feelings.
I think it does. I think it's right up that alley. Lucy?
The I was trying to ask Sam like because what Sarah was explaining what Suiciders was about. It reminded me of Real Steel. Have you guys watched that movie? Like what? And I was like, oh, what is it? What I'm like, what is that? The way I asked Sam, oh shit, I lost my earring. The way I asked Sam to remind me of the name of that movie. I was like, the one with the guy that fights and it's a robot. And he's like, real still? I'm like, oh yeah, that one.
That one.
But yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I like the art. I don't know. I noticed that I like how he adds that red to the covers. Like it stands out, but it doesn't leave the rest of the art behind. Like it makes you pay attention to every little detail. Like with Suiciders, you can see that there's like the red, it pops, and there's like a very more mellow red. It's not super crazy. And then the other one, it's just kind of gross, but it's kind of it's kind of cool looking.
Hey, Lucy, really quickly, are you cool with building a wheel and we'll give away the Batman Damned book 1, 2, and 3 live at the end of tonight's show?
We could do that.
Yeah?
A wheel with, but what are we
gonna? Are we gonna do a word?
And
or do you want to
do that comments? I think is fair.
You want to do it now?
I don't know.
Oh, so then we'll do the giveaway tool like with StreamYard. It collects all the comments.
All the comments, right? So that'll be for Batman Damned book 3, 2, and 1, since we hit over our 50 live viewers. In fact, we're almost at 60. So just make a comment and don't be shy. Even if you just want to put like an emoji or something, that's fine.
So let me share my.
I like dot dots. I don't know why.
So right.
Dots work too. Well, we don't have to do it now.
Hold on.
Let's start gathering comments. We're at 60, right when I said it.
Hold on. Share screen. So you guys can see how many comments there is right now. So total 18 people have been active on the chat so far out of 60. So make sure.
Comment, guys.
It's scary. I was a lurker for I don't know how many years on comic YouTube. It's scary to say something because then people see you.
No, look what
Chad, he said I'm shy. I'm super shy. Sure.
Chad, you are not shy. You're like the opposite of shy.
Me too.
So start making your comments if you want to be in. Let's keep going. Jen, next up. So this is actually what we're talking about. We're giving these away tonight, guys. So make a comment.
So the Batman Damned number 1, I think currently is going for around 66. This is the Batman Damned. Retailers got a preview. One. For every shop, got one preview of Batman Damned. Now, when you open it up, it's just all the art. There's no words.
Oh,
so you get Batwing, uncensored. It's just all the art. You can really enjoy the art when you have this copy. But I was not aware of how much money it's going for.
Oh, I didn't.
But I will say this: like my shop has one, but it has 3 deep spine ticks and then a color breaking thing on the corner. Like it's not, because some of them, a lot of people get reader copies or advances and they kind of just get put in a pile. Like sometimes you don't know. So shops had to know what they had and get, oh shoot, thank you, Awesome Sauce.
Thank you, Adam.
So to get this advanced reader copy, it was 1 per store. Yeah, take care of it and then go, oh shoot, this is something. Let me go get it graded. So I'm really kind of surprised that there's 9.8, but you never know. So yeah, Batman Damned number 1 from 2018.
Oh God, I need to look
I think
up.
so.
I think so. It was pre-pandemic. We're all
it
like,
even says advanced reader's copy on it. Jen, did you already say that?
Wait, what? His has it?
Is that a big deal.
Advanced readers. Wait,
That's literally the $500.
Open it. Open it.
Bruce
Open it.
Wayne? The Bruce Wayne?
So that wait. Wait.
Wait,
So is
that's
this
the one that you're giving away? I need to.
is this one per
shit,
store?
should I be giving away a different one? Damn it!
I'm entering. What
Laura,
are you
I'm
talking
about to enter this.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Thing.
I don't
Is this
I
one
don't
per
know.
store?
It says uncorrected proof,
Yeah,
advanced
that's
reader.
the one. That's one per store.
That's one per store.
I'm dying. That is amazing.
Well, then I guess you better be commenting, people, if
Right?
you want a chance to
Oh, well,
win
open
this.
it real quick. Open it
I
real
want to
quick
comment.
without.
Can I comment? I
Very
feel
carefully.
like
Wait. Very carefully. If you open it, don't open all the way because it breaks the spine. Just open it very carefully. If you see no words,
Then that means
this
it's
is
not-
crazy.
You're making me freak out. Hold on.
Yeah, because it's
Okay,
really hard to
so-
get high grade.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
You,
my
are your
God,
hands sweating?
Totally it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Uncorrected proof.
Right.
Like a drum roll. Like,
Wait, what am I supposed to be doing, Jen? I don't
No
Are there
words.
any words inside?
Are there
Are there
any
any
words? Just open it like
Careful,
in.
careful, careful.
There's no words.
That's
That's just
So that's the one.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
That's crazy.
We
Okay,
have
close
players
it.
don't give it
Close
away.
it, put it away. Close it and put it away. Close it and don't touch
Open
it
it too
anymore.
wide. Is it
Jen is like, please stop. Please
Right?
stop turning the page.
Yeah. Stop it.
Careful.
I'm
Like,
trying to
Laura.
find.
Laura, stop it. Laura, close it. Close it, Laura.
Just close it.
Close it.
It's closed. It's closed.
Oh my god, my
Jesus.
fingertips are like sweating.
Okay, I'm
Wait,
putting it.
wait. I feel like all of us should be able to comment on this
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you know
giveaway.
I'll be back.
uncorrected proof?
Yeah.
Aunt
That's
goes, yeah.
Can you?
What?
I want one. I want one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's the advanced reader's copy. Did you know that?
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
It's all, yeah. I
What?
got it.
I want one. Let me one.
Wait, I want one. I want one. I feel like
I
the
want.
whole girl should get all of us should get
You
one.
want one?
Anthony.
Wait, how did
Yeah.
He just walked out of the room as soon as we all started going, he's like, yeah, Laura, I wouldn't give you a lame giveaway. Come on. And he walked away.
That's not just like only a lame giveaway.
Look at
Thank you,
Yeah.
Leanna. Hey.
Sure. Is he positive?
He
Sarah.
just walked in. I
So
said, do you know
we
this is
all
this?
just
And he goes,
text
yeah.
Anthony right now, being like, "Hey,
Oh my God.
Hey, best friend.
you're my favorite person ever. Can we all have one?
Mariah says she wants it.
Do you have 5 more copies?
Well, I mean, it's done. That's what's happening. So, guys, if you're in the chat, you better freaking comment because you'll get book 3, book 2,
I
and book
died.
1, the
Sarah-
uncorrected proof.
Comments in
Wow.
the chat.
Brit- Brit comment. So if you win, Brit, you win. So
Jessica watching
gotta
right now.
go, like, can I go
where's Jessica? Where's Jessica when you need her?
All right,
don't freaking know,
Candace.
Candace.
Can I call proxy?
Good thing some comments. So
It's in
If he
pretty
wins,
good
he wins,
condition,
I'm
too. Like,
saying.
aside from me opening the pages.
It
Oh,
should
Laura,
be
do you
fine,
want to
though.
take one of Anthony's other ones, open it all the way a million times, and still send it to me? Thank you.
No, don't
Yeah,
open
I
it
don't
like that.
don't.
Don't. Be
Don't.
very careful. If you just
I'm
open
kidding,
it,
I'm
like,
kidding.
sort of
Okay,
halfway,
so-
wait.
Jen.
If you
Okay,
open
okay.
it halfway, you can appreciate all the art without damaging the spine.
You're freaking me out, Jen.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
She's
freaking
like,
out.
make sure mine is an open copy.
Oh my gosh.
I am
Like,
so
copy.
excited about this.
I'm putting the book down. You guys are freaking me out, and I'm going to end up dropping it.
I feel like
And-
this whole show just spiraled in a matter of like 4 minutes when
Right.
we realized Anthony was like, "Yeah, I have like 18 copies in the back." And you're like,
yeah,
I feel like this is Anthony. He's just like in a back alley, has a trench coat, and is like opens it.
I got Batman damned.
Everyone in this on this panel is like, "Excuse me, where can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it?"
What happened, Jen?
Okay, awesome sauce. Namesh met me and my sister. It's a picture of us. She's my daughter.
Oh, yes. Look, I got proof. Hold on.
She's got
I
proof.
that.
I'm
She
not
won't
touching the
keep it
corners.
'cause So keep it.
Laura's like, I'm putting it down. Still has it in her hand, still touching the book.
Well, now I'm like, how much would they know if I just swap it? No, they'll know. They'll know. Damn it.
Laura, in my next package, you want to just like
Just slip it in
You
there.
want this package in that package, and then it's like a Batman package. What is that? What are you doing?
No, she's at work.
Yes.
That's a proof that Jen and Jess are
Proof
different
that Jess
people.
exists. All right,
Yes,
let's keep
that's
going,
Jess.
you guys. We are
Okay, so real quick, my question that I wait, go back to the other one, Jen. Okay, so there's Batman, damn right, like in the controversial copy, and then they reprinted. So that reprint is it a reprint or it still counts as a
So
how?
the retailer's one that
Explain
Laura
me this.
has is one that retailers got. It was like an advanced copy, right? There was no words inside. It was just the art. And
dang, I now
retailers
need to
got
look
that.
Uh-huh.
It was not for sale for us commoners, right?
Uh-huh.
And then Batman Damned came out, first print. And then everyone went freaking crazy cuckoo for Batwing. And it was ridiculous. Because then DC was like, oh shit, people are acting negative towards an adult comic that it has 3 panels.
Because
on 2 pages.
DC label, Black Label was the very first comic as a Black Label.
So it was the first Black Label, but it wasn't the first mature comic because there was Vertigo and Elseworlds get very dark, very non-kiddish.
But this one was before, like Batman
Black
Damned was very first Black Label though.
Yeah, and there's a DC Premium too that came out in 2008. So like, it was just their first time doing it in this, I guess, century, right? 2018. And so they just did something, 3 panels, 2 pages, and people went wackadoo. And then I think DC freaked out. And then when they did the softcover, hardcover, and reprints of it,
because I have one that it was like this cover. It was Jim Lee cover and then Bermejo's cover, right? But that both of them that I have, it has that other as the controversial.
Yes.
So
with words.
Yeah, but
but anything after that,
they asked for those copies back because they were gonna reprint.
So anything after that got edited. If you go online and you want to read this via digital, you can buy it in the trade. It's edited out. They just blacked it out, or they just cut it. Like, you don't see it, right? You have to have.
That's what I was confused.
Retailer, and you have to have the first print. If you don't have those, you won't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, holy moly, because the regular, which I thought Ant was giving away,
I thought it was that
really
other one.
$6. You're seeing how much this reader's proof retailers got a hold of it first. No interior dialogue, just art.
Oh, right. I was going to show this also that Bruce commented earlier. Fun fact, Batman Den #1 is almost comic graded at 9.9 over 300 according to Manhunter Comics.
Yeah,
I saved that one earlier.
It's square bound. So square bound usually, if it's shipped well, holds up really well for condition, right? Like when you get a floppy with the paper being different, it's probably going to not be 9.8. But when you get these that have a slightly thicker square bound cover, if you don't abuse it, it's going to come in a higher grade.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of like some 10s and then some 9.9s and all that around that for that. Yeah.
Let's keep going, girls. We still have a few more slides to get through.
Oh,
that's Haley's pick for number 2.
Oh, Haley, why did you pick number 2?
Oh, no, I loved everything about it. I loved something that I felt was different with this Joker cover versus his other ones is that with his previous, or not, maybe not previous, but the other Joker covers I had seen, in a good way, made him like really ugly and like terrifying. And I feel like not often am I actually seeing Joker in that way, and that felt different. But then like there was like this kind of like beautiful Joker situation on this cover, like I don't know, there's like the kind of like tongue action that feels a little like seducing, and then like the like
kind of looks like a Day of the Dead kind of thing.
Yes, also that, and like the cards, like he has the like diamond, and I just thought there was so many like cool details to this, and the shirt it definitely looks like a leather, on the jacket, and I felt like that detailing, like that has to be really hard to render it for it to look so realistic. I really, 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 really liked it. The lighting, there was just so much about it that was like check, 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 check. The fact that you could get this one for, you know, like $11, yes, please. I want it in my collection for sure. So yeah.
Definitely a steal.
Wait,
I
you don't
agree.
have this? You don't have this, Haley, number 2?
I don't have any of his work
I
in
think I
my
might
personal
have
collection. I know, Jen.
an
Space.
extra.
I'm gonna change that immediately after this show.
I need to look. I think I might have an extra of this one.
Guys, real quick, we're at 65 people. Make sure you are commenting if you want to be part of the giveaway. Moving on. All right, the one on the left, I actually chose as one of my favorites just because I like, I'm big on symmetry, but I also like the coloring, how one half of this book is colored one way and the other half is colored another. I thought it was really well done. Having both Batman and the Joker just put up against each other in that angle, I love it. It's not going for crazy amounts of money, but again, I think it's very evergreen if you want to talk about the relationship between Batman and Joker. This kind of just illustrates it perfectly, in my opinion. Jen?
Yeah, it's Batman 100 from 2020. There is both a Virgin and a trade dress, and I figured that Laura meant the Virgin because she loves when there's no trade dress.
I do.
And then Wonder Woman Black and Gold is number 6 from 2021. It's on the right, but it's a trade dress that's like cover price $6. But this is, again, Laura likes Virgin, is the CP to 2021 Virgin variant of Black and Gold.
Certain pieces, I like the Virgin just because I think the art speaks for itself and the trade takes away from that. Not all, but most, I would say.
So this is the Laura Virgin slide.
Thanks.
I love that. The Wonder Woman. I was not able to get it, but I really want this one.
This is Brett's favorite.
Yeah, I love
It's
this.
gorgeous.
Every cover for that series, it was so beautiful. They have each cover, it was just amazing. But yeah, this one's just beautiful.
Sarah, Haley, anything to add?
Was this this was 2021, the Wonder Woman?
Yeah, 2021 and then 2020 for the Batman.
Why did I not know about this?
You weren't following Bird City back then? This
did.
was a team variant we did.
No,
The one on the
I
left.
wasn't. That was like baby comic days.
Yeah.
No,
That's how I
don't
feel.
think
Baby
so.
comic days. I'm still in baby comic days. I'm like, dang, I want all of these now. You're like writing down the list, like.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
And again, the Virgins are the way to go if you want an evergreen piece. Guys, we only have a couple slides left. Make sure you are commenting. Next up, whose picks were these?
So these, technically, Joker is Lucy's pick. Technically it's Joker 2008 that's been reprinted into Black Label. That from chosen 18 or 19.
Yeah, it's the same year as Batman. Damn.
Yeah, and then on the right hand side, it's the article that we all read was a sci-fi, and in it they're talking about the DC comics, the Art of Lee Bermejo, and in it, and even in the article, he was talking about it's really hard for him to watch and see his early stuff. In a lot of interviews that he has, he'll see something and someone's like, "Wow, that Superman's amazing." And he's like, "Oh, look at that forearm! That forearm! Please change the." Like, he sees where he could have done better, and he talks about his focal point, about he didn't have it in his earlier work, he has it now, and he keeps it's very in his mind, and he's focusing on that kind of stuff and how just it elevates his work. But that Bermejo, large, very large. It's like a good coffee table book. It's available out there. I regret that because that came out in 2021, and then the Joker one, 2008, 2009, 2019 reprint. Like, it ranges. There's many covers. Maybe in part 2 we'll do how many covers of this Joker there's been, and a lot. These are not comic. These are hardcover,
No.
large.
Yeah, this one is I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure, but this one with the black label, they were gonna do a lot of reprints, and this was one of the reprints for black label since it was like a little bit more darker.
That's right. This was Joker when Joker first came out in 2008. It was DC Premium.
Yeah, and then so they reprinted this up for into black label, and again it was the same. I remember it was being the same year as Black Batman Dam. And again, it is like regular trade. And I think it was coming for $10. So it's not bad. Like when it came out, probably obviously you can probably find this cheaper.
But
And
with shipping, it's what you was right with shipping.
True. Yeah, that's true. It's like so this one it's okay. It's if you can find it for $5 plus shipping, it's good. But yeah, I really like this because also like you can see I like the way he draws Joker's like much darker and uglier looking guy, kind of like did it was he like the inspiration for I don't know, he said something about Heath Ledger or something like that. It was kind of around that same time. I'm not I can't remember what he said, Sarah. Like I'm so bad. I know I just watched them today to keep
You're
like
right.
fresh, and I just
You're like, I lost my mind.
You're on the track. So
yeah.
so what's really cool is this actually predates all the Nolan verse. So like I think it's is it The Dark Knight is the first one?
Yes.
So
I think so, yes.
So he wasn't really sure if Heath Ledger kind of got inspiration from this. It's also like I think we've all read the same article too, where he's also said that kind of like I said in the beginning about Batman's armor, he didn't really talk to Matt Reeves in this new Batman movie. So obviously, movies do take inspiration from, comics. So what I thought was interesting that when he was drawing this, there's a great, again, sci-fi, it like hits it out of the park with these sci-fi sketches. They're 2-minute videos. That's where I got information when we did the interview about John Jang. But they were talking to Lee, and he was saying that he gets his inspiration from the Joker from Christopher Walken. I think he mentioned a movie called Kings of the New York. The way that he was walking, his talk, he was just odd. And I love the fact that he was talking about his hair, Joker's hair. That's not your typical like slick back, widow's peak, but that he's wearing kind of a clown wig. And I thought that was really like, that was really cool. It's a different take, he is the clown prince,
100%. Guys, really quickly, we're at over 70 live viewers. Make sure that you are commenting if you want to be in the running to get Batman Damned Book 3, Batman Damned Book 2, and last but certainly not least, Batman Damned Book 1, but this is the uncorrected proof and advanced reader's copy, which if you go on eBay, these things are selling for like hundreds of dollars.
I just love that we all had no idea, and Anthony was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Ant's like,
cool.
Ant's just, he's like, yeah, support near Nirvana, guys.
Also,
so.
he's like, I have a stash. I have a secret stash.
I know, right? Like, he's like, I have like 5 of these. I'm like, oh,
and now we want a piece of that.
I know. I don't even know. Like, Batman is just something else. So make sure that you are commenting and give the show a thumbs up. Bird City is our sponsor. So again, follow them on Instagram if you're not already.
Nirvana.
And download the new app.
The new app.
You have an iPhone.
Yes. And use our code Nirvana for a little bit of
definitely
discount.
Use the code if you have the opportunity. Guys, that's a good point though, really quickly. Coupon codes don't work on launch days, just to be very, very clear, because we got a lot of questions about this last week. But download the app if you haven't already, because that's something that's brand new. Haley will be officially letting that out of the bag on Friday, but since you guys are watching, you can know ahead of time. All right, moving on. Okay, this one's awesome, and I love the interiors. Jen, what do we got?
Okay, so this is Marvel number 6 from 2021. Alex talked to Lee Bermejo, was like, hey, Marvels, what do you want to do? He's like, oh, Silver Surfer and the original Human Torch, the android. And he's like, okay. So Lee Bermejo both wrote and drew this one. It is 12 pages. We showed two interior pages. Cover A, cover price. But this is the 1:25 ratio. Chef's kiss. Like, I love reflections. I just love it. I can't. But a cool thing about this one that I listening to his interviews, that digital versus traditional. Traditional, it's 5 days, he said, to do a page, right? To do all that detail, to get it just right. 5 days. Digital, 2 to 3. So that's why he chooses to do digital for time. And that to me, like, and even that for this, he used 2 different kind of brushes and then he layers. He's so talented. And this is such a good Silver Surfer.
It's fantastic.
So yeah, 12 pages. If you can't find this ratio, I recommend just getting the cover price, cover A for Marvel number 6 from 2021.
It's gorgeous. It's like amazing. It's like liquid metal. It's gorgeous. Like it just, it's amazing. I saw this and, it's just stunning. And it's just amazing how how realistic his take on these characters are. It's just like, we were talking about the evolution of his art. Like this just is fantastically stunning.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that Jen and Sarah said. I think something that is really coming through in these panels and what we'll continue to see through the end of the slides that we have for today is how cinematic his drawing is and his paneling is. This is really phenomenal. I don't read Silver Surfer. I have never really had an inclination to read Silver Surfer, but if I was going to, I'm sorry, I just stunned Jen. This would be something I want to.
Well, we'll have to cover Silver Surfer eventually. And there's
just like, actually, let me show you how you're wrong.
Oh my God.
And why you need to be reading Silver Surfer.
Yeah, there's so many. Like, I can send you at least one after the show of a comic that won an Eisner for just being amazing.
Oh, please do. Please do. Again, I'm in like my baby comic stages. And so teach me your ways.
I know. Now I want to know too, because I'm I don't know much about Silver Surfer, but this cover is freaking amazing. Like you could tell, like again, that shine, like you could see your reflection. You can do your makeup off of Silver Surfer here. That's how
Lucy putting on the
shiny
lipstick.
it is. I'm like,
Absolutely, yes.
excuse me, sir. Can you stop moving, please? I need to put on my lipstick. But like you can see, and it's just like the flame. It just looks so good, and you can see, like, I like that when he works with the black and whites. Again, that contrast, like, it is just so good. I love it. But yeah.
All right, moving on. What do we have here?
This is Gotham City Sirens Villains Anniversary Giant from 2021. It's Lucy's pick from December.
Yeah.
And then on the right-hand side, it's Sarah's pick, Batman the Imposter number 3 from December 15th, 2021.
Okay. I'm excited for this one because, sorry, Sarah, I'm going to skip all of you real quick because I'm excited for this Gotham City Villain. It's an anniversary giant size. I did not pick this up because I think, trying to see when it came out. I know it was last year, right? So it was hard for me to pick up a lot of books. But I didn't. I'm just so sad that I didn't. It's obviously anniversary of a lot of the villains, and mostly one of them. It's Penguin, which Danny DeVito, like he played the Penguin on those movies with what is it called? Tim Burton. Yeah, Tim Burton, and I really like the way he played Penguin. So there's a lot of writers for this one, and Danny DeVito was part of this this issue. And when I heard that he was going to be part of this issue, that was pretty cool since he really liked the Penguin and stuff like that. So and again, I love the way it's just those villains. I love the way he draws villains, like dark, horror kind of. Like I wish he could do more of the horror comics. Um, he's just so good when he comes to draw villains, because he makes them look so creepy. And yeah, so this one I was just like, oh man, it was hard for me to pick, just to pick one, because he has so many, like Jen said, he has over 300 covers, so and work he has done. But it's just this one, like just look at Poison Ivy, like I just get too excited for this one. But yeah, you guys been talking now. I'll be quiet.
On that note, Sarah, Haley, anything?
You know what, Laura, you know art. The Gotham City Villain Anniversary Special, that reminds me of like this painting that I've seen. I can't remember of the artist, but there's like a painting and they have kind of like green faces. And there's like some kind of, I was searching for this and I can't find it. And I saw it.
I'm going to totally burst your bubble here, because all it reminds me of is like the Haunted Mansion from Disneyland.
No,
I know.
Well, I can see because of the front one,
Doesn't
right?
it kind of remind you of the ride, the Haunted Mansion, when they're like, "Ooh, doo, 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 doo." That's what I see. And I know that's not the sophisticated art answer, but that's what you're getting.
But yeah, I can't think of the painting. When I find that painting, I'm gonna like share it with all of you. But when I saw this, like the greenness of the skin, like everybody has that greenish kind of tone. And I love this cover. I love villains. I love Batman villains in particular. I picked Batman Imposter #3 just because it's basic, but it's so intricate at the same time. We have that white background, but you just have that, that armor, and his mask. I just, and the blood, it's just the subtlety of the cover. I really like this, and I thought it's just amazing.
Evergreen, I think is the word.
Exactly.
Haley, anything to add to these two?
I agree with everything that like Lucy and Sarah were saying, like really amazing, like villain renditions. I think often we see a lot of them in these kind of glamorized ways of like being, especially Poison Ivy, being so beautiful. And here he just makes them really gritty. And I like that because it feels really different.
All right, let's keep going. So this is the one that I'm assuming most of you in the chat have seen this recently. The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, #3. And I am not exaggerating when I say that this is being deemed a modern classic, a classic that will continue to hold value throughout the years. And you'll see it repeating on the list every time December rolls around. For good reason. It's like this twisted Norman Rockwell sort of feel to it, but it's so well done. And there's so many Easter eggs. Everybody in the community fell in love. Jen?
So I saw this in initials. I saw it in previews. And I was like, okay, I could pre-order it. I'm sure we're going to order so many of them. Because at that time I was getting so many comics and I had to like downgrade. So I'm like, okay, I'll get it when it comes out. And then it came out and it was gone. I was like, oh, I knew better. Why didn't I pre-order this for less than cover? And like, okay, maybe I'll come across it in the store. Nope. No. And so it's one of my regrets. Because when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, it's awesome. That's Jason Todd. Like, I don't know how many people, because he's redhead, So you're like, oh, Jason Todd, and oh, he's crying, and okay, Red Hood. It's just such a good cover. But on the right-hand side, that's coming out soon. It's #5 or 6. It's coming out February 7th of this year. He credited in his Instagram a guy who he did the Penguin from the Batman, Matt Reeves. He does a lot of like prosthetics and work. And he just like shouted him out like, hey, you're my inspiration for this cover. And the guy wrote back like, oh, that's awesome. Thanks. And so it was cute and nice. And
oh, well, I like that he actually gave a shout out to somebody saying they gave him inspiration. I like that very much.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy.
It's so creepy, but in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Haley?
I mean, I want it. That's kind of like the biggest. I want the Christmas. I think Lord of Brooklyn or someone said the rendering of the velvet is spectacular on the Christmas one, and I also love like the dirty kind of like white fluff like around the hat and like the trimmings of that. And I feel like that's really hard to do. And so I love it. I want it. I would pay $26 for it.
This one I saw for the first time when Lucas was doing FOC on Drunken Chat. And I saw it and I was like, oh man, I love this. Like, I want this. Like, and I wasn't paying attention when he said it was going to come out. I just saw that he said it was going to come out soon. And it was for FOC. And I was like, oh, I remember saying I want this. Like, because it was this one and there was another one. And it was like, I think it was a holiday one. And he was talking about, and he said it, this one, I know he said it. He was like, this one's going to be one of those books that people are going to regret not picking that up. And he was damn right.
Lucas is usually right, though. And I mean, that's the truth of it. All right. This is I believe, our last slide of the night. I think. Yes.
Well,
kind of.
Last comic slide.
Yeah. Last comic slide. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is Vicious Circle. This is from Boom. It's magazine size. This is cover A on the left. This is a page and then a couple of panels from the interior. If you compare it to what we showed you in the first slide, it's, again, like 20 plus years of experience and coming into his own style is what you're seeing. The writer, Mattson Tomlin, works in film. So it's interesting that this came out December of 2022. It's supposed to be 3 issues. Each issue is around 48 pages. I don't know when issue 2 is coming out. I was looking to subscribe to the next 2, and I couldn't find anything on issue 2. It's gonna take a while. It's 48 pages that Lee Bermejo has to go ahead and do that amazing detail that he does.
Right.
But I definitely recommend it for the read, especially for the prices that you're seeing. 48 pages of his art and that story. And again, it's written by someone who is in that film industry. I don't know why it's going under the radar. Like, I don't understand.
For now it is, until this show's over.
No, we don't have any, like, what are you talking about?
You never know, Jen. You never know. We talked about it. Not somebody else is going to talk about it. Watch.
What?
Go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah, I want to go find this book. If you go to boomstudios.com, they actually show a couple panels of this issue, and it is, oh my God, it is simply gorgeous. From the transition from black and white and to color, oh, like, it's just gorgeous. So yeah, I'm gonna go try to find this thing.
Yeah, I agree. I am really excited about this. From the paneling that we're seeing here, you have a writer who's in the film industry, but then you have an artist who's making really cinematic choices in his artwork and in the detailing. And so I feel really excited to pick this up and give it a try. It looks stunning, and for $12, like, absolutely.
There's so much potential here too.
Yeah.
We're not a spec channel. I know, but there's so much potential here. So that's all I'm gonna say.
So this one, it's I just feel like the inside is just, the art is so beautiful that it looks like a photo. Like, it doesn't, or like the artists when they're posing for that, it's just. I wonder if this is like real people, because it looks so realistic. Like the line, the jaw, the lip, everything. It, like, the face lines is just so perfect. I definitely want to read this, just by the way it looks really good.
So do you guys see a huge transition between the very first cover we had tonight versus this? You see the growth, you see the talent just expanding and expanding and expanding, and he becomes Lee Bermejo. So, all right, there you go, guys. Make sure you are following him over on Instagram if you're not already. He does some really cool posts that give you some insight into what he has coming up. And you can kind of judge for yourself. The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 4, I believe, is on the bottom left. That came out recently. Another really great cover. So yeah, give them a follow if you're a fan. Lucy, are we ready for the giveaway?
Ooh, I'm
I still can't
excited.
believe that. Oh,
Let's do it.
oh.
So if you guys weren't paying attention, the giveaway is for Batman Damned book 1, 2, and 3, but book 1 is the uncorrected proof in advance reader's copy, which is worth hundreds, guys. So hopefully you were participating in the chat and you gave us a thumbs up and you subscribed if you're not already.
Tell me when to go.
Go. Let's do it.
Hope Candace wins.
I know. I'm like, I always get so freaking nervous before these. All right, let's see. The winner for tonight's giveaway is going to be Black Comic Lords. Hell yes.
I love
That
this.
is fantastic. They're friends of the channel, so that's perfect, guys. Black Comic Lords, make sure that you DM Bird City Comics on Instagram so that we can get you your giveaway put in the mail, hopefully tomorrow if we're not too swamped. In the meantime, Monday we have Cover Lovers at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, as you can tell, it's Comic Book Women at 9:35, roughly Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday's Mondo Mail Call at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. Thursday, we have Long Story Short. Friday is our flagship show, Nearing Nirvana. And this Friday, I think we're covering, do we have a topic yet? Hip-hop covers, maybe? To be decided.
I can't remember.
Saturday's the morning toy box, so make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. We have something for you every single day. In the meantime, again, thank you to Cover Price, our sponsors. Use code Nirvana14 for 30 days unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And Bird City Comics. Haley, do we have anything launching on Friday?
I mean, we have a few things actually launching on Friday. We have an exclusive, but more importantly, not that the exclusive is not important, but we have an app launching. If you are an iPhone user and you are watching this show, then you can see it before Friday. You can download the Bird City app, but for all of those who are not watching, they will not know, we will be launching it on Friday on Bird City Instagram. So I'm really excited about that.
I am too. It's such a huge, this is something that we've been working on for a while. So if you guys could download the Bird City Comics app, for now it's only on Apple, but don't worry, Droid users, we're coming after you next. Give it a couple of days. But in the meantime, download it and give every single girl on this panel. Jen is at Comic Aficionado, if you guys aren't familiar, because I know some people in the chat are asking. Sarah at SheGeek78, Haley's at Shy Comic Girl, and Lucy at Mama Comics. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We're done for the night. We'll see you guys later.